Hello and good morning.
Good morning.
Nice to see you. And today I think we're going to have a very interesting discussion about the current status of the market. I would like to start right away by asking you about your general view on the market because in the recent years the economy started to grow again. And the first question, obviously, is about if that trend is reflecting in the insurance business.
Yes, I believe that the Romanian economy is recovering for the last 2 years, and I believe that there will be positive effects on the insurance market in the following years. However, it's not only Romania. The macroeconomic numbers are getting better and better, but the effects on the people on the normal market is important for insurance business, especially like us, because we are doing mostly retail business. And this will take some time, maybe 1-2 years, and it depends on EU, other West Europe actually. If they recover themselves much faster and start to invest again, I believe Romania will get the biggest benefit from this.
You were speaking about the retail part of the business. Do you
Retail or SME, not very big international, but yes.
Okay. Do you see or have you seen any significant change in behavior for the retail customers and also for companies during the years of the crisis or as a consequence of the crisis?
If you talk about 2008, end of 2008, yes, we saw a big negative changes, but it happened, and people understood this. But in a positive way, no, I didn't see that very visible change until now. We are just following the numbers in macroeconomic figures. It's getting better, and we are hoping that this will affect our business positively in the near future. But I don't see that big improvement in the people's behavior yet. Still, insurance is their second item in their list, not the first one. They have other priorities to spend their money, and they are unfortunately stopping buying insurance, or they are delaying buying insurance.
Actually, also regarding this consumer behavior, I think we cannot ignore the current state or the state of the Romanian insurance market for the last 2 years. There have been some problems, some things that the consumers heard which could have affected them. Did you sense it was an actual issue? I mean, did the market have image problems, to call them like this?
Yes, there is an image problem. I agree, but I don't think we don't need to exaggerate that image problem. It can happen anywhere, by the way, and we have it now. But it's better to face with that problem and solve the issues if there are issues, which means we have some issues, and continue our life. The biggest damage may come if we ignore or try to hide the problem, which is not happening now. On the opposite now, we have good management, in my opinion. I think are doing the right things to show everything to media, to public, and trying to solve the problems. The negative effect will be limited in that case. If we hide those problems or delay to solving those problems, the negative impact will be much, much bigger, which happened in the past years, in my opinion.
It's interesting that this is your opinion because the company we all know has a problem now is not the only one, actually.
Yes.
We have also Solvency II coming in from the 1st of January, which could create other issues. Do you think that's a threat, an opportunity, a market stabilizer?
Okay, in short run, it might be a threat. But in my opinion, in medium and long run, Solvency II is a positive thing for the market. We will have problems. We need to put capital. All of the companies need to put more capital. However, in their daily life, they will start to report much better and monitoring will be much better. So the balance sheet of the companies and monitoring of the balance sheets will be much better, which means that we will have less headaches, less problems in the future, which also means that we will have a much better image in the market, in Romania actually. So yes, in the short run, it will create headaches, which is usually capital-related headaches, plus HR issues, because we don't have enough people in Romania, actually in Europe, because it's a new thing. We are learning, all of us. And then once we adjust ourselves to those new Solvency II regime, I think the impact will be very positive to Romania.
Do you think that Solvency II will bring acquisition opportunities in Romania, for the Romanian market?
Yes, I believe so. It will bring some acquisition opportunities. However, look at the companies, the top 10 or top 12, 13 companies. There aren't a lot of opportunities for big investors to invest because already big insurance groups are here in Romania. And they are here, and they are here for a very, very long term, not to buy and sell something. There are small companies. Yes, that's true. For those small companies, it can bring some acquisition opportunities.
Are you interested in acquisitions if that opportunity arises?
Do you mean if we want to buy a company? As personally, yes, I am interested. But my shareholders, no, they are not interested to invest in another company or to merger. We want to grow through sales.
Is profit hard to achieve in Romania?
Yes, it is very hard to achieve because now people understood the importance of non-motor portfolio. So even if you look at the numbers from the big companies, you see a big shrink in their RCA portfolio. They don't care losing market share in RCA, which is a big sign that they are focusing on other lines of business, which means that there is a very big and strong competition now. And it affects the profitability for everybody.
But I cannot help asking from a consumer's point of view. Is Romania a motor market? Is motor insurance the most important thing they have to buy?
For the people in Romania?
Exactly.
Yes, it is the most important thing. First of all, it depends on the income of a family, actually, of a person, you know. The more you get richer, the more the insurance need will increase. But my first goal is to send my children to a good school. You know, the primary things in our life, to go vacation 1 week once a year, or to eat a good restaurant once a week. These are the minimum natural things what we need in this life. As long as our income level is more than what those things are happening, with the insurance need will be more and more in people, and they will buy other insurance lines. But for now, we are a developing country in Romania. Like all other developing countries, first, the car insurance is the main thing in order to make our life easier.
And yet you sell little motor insurance.
Yes, that's true.
That means that on the market there are other opportunities. And which do you believe are those opportunities? Which other lines of business can be a target for insurers in Romania?
I believe non-motor business you are asking, right? Exactly. Yeah, property is another big line in Romania. It's not that small. Okay, it depends how you compare it, but property, liability is another line of business. Health is too small, but it is growing, of course. These are the main lines, in my opinion. Or construction, all risk. There are a lot of business lines that you can do business. However, the motor line of business was not profitable in Romania historically, and we all know this. But in my opinion, last 2 years, a lot of things changed in motor industry or motor part of insurance. I think it is going into the right direction. Even we are considering to enter RCA business in 2016. Not beginning of 2016, but sometime in 2016 we are planning to apply to ASF for the license for RCA.
This is actually a big news, but which are the factors that led to this decision?
Because the RCA market, or MTPL, RCA market is getting better and better. And now we believe that there are some segments in RCA which is not, which doesn't have negative results. Some segments. And if we sell some segments, I think we can be profitable on it. And the prices increased a lot in the last 2 years. Not a lot, but increased sometimes.
Has it reached a normal level from
I
your
don't
point
know.
of
We are
view?
investigating this. Every year we are checking if we should enter RCA market or not. And every year we were deciding until now not to enter. But it's an educated guess. When I see the market now, it looks like it is becoming ready now. You know, maybe it is the right time to enter RCA if you think the next 5 years, before it is becoming too late also. But it is not as bad as in the past. This is my point. This is how we see. There are other things, of course, from the claims point of view in RCA, this compensation. The court are giving different decisions for similar cases. Maybe
Exactly. Isn't this an issue? I mean,
Is it an
the
issue?
bodily injury claims on MTPL actually are the biggest problem on the MTPL market
that's
right
true.
now.
But also there is an awareness now. 5 years ago, nobody was discussing this. But also now, the regulators, the people in media, they are discussing that problem. You know, which means that in a few years, maybe there will be a solution. Maybe there will be another regulation which will make the limits, I mean logical limits, or the methodology. What should be the methodology to decide on this? You know, 100,000 in one case and 1 million in another case. So something is wrong here. Either this is wrong or the other one is wrong. If we set up the rules of the methodology, how to calculate those bodily injuries, maybe in that case, the problem will be solved. And I think we are getting closer to that point.
Will that be the trigger point where you will enter the market, or
No.
it's just a thing you know will come and will benefit the MTPL market?
No, it is one of the concern, but it's not the trigger. That issue is not the trigger. Or blocking us, or no, it's not.
I would like to ask you about the insurance brokers, because I know they are your main partners. How do you see that the brokerage market developed over the past few years?
The numbers we are publishing, and in the non-life industry, now their share is around 75%, which was less than 40, 5 years ago. So it's a big increase. And in my opinion, okay, let's look at in two different parts. First of all, big corporate business is separate business in Romania, which will have like 15% share overall, And those big corporate business, some of them will keep in as it is now. But all others, which is medium-sized business, SME, or retail business, I believe brokers will take almost all of that business. For non-life business, I don't think companies will have their own agencies anymore in the near future, because it doesn't make any sense, in my opinion, personal opinion. So Romania is becoming, or already has become, a broker country, for insurance sales.
Could you provide a number? I mean, how much of the market do you think the brokers will generate in, let's say, 2 years?
In non-life?
Exactly.
In non-life, I believe it will be go up to 85%, and will stop there.
85%?
Yes, in my personal opinion, nobody can know exact, but in my opinion, because there will be some bank insurance sales, and there will be some big corporate sales. and those total will be, in my opinion, around 15%. So brokers can go up to 85%, in my personal opinion.
What is your approach towards brokers? Which are the advantages you provide to them in comparison to other companies? Why would a broker bring a client to Credit Europe?
In my opinion, a general concept, better service, as everybody is talking, of course. What better service means? First of all, to respond to their request very fast. This is very important. If they ask an offer, give them very early time, in minutes, hours, depending on the offer. Second, if their customer is having a claim, again, respond very fast and be very fair. This is very important. Brokers, they don't want more than what the customer deserves, you know. So if you are fair and if you show yourself to brokers that you are fair in claims, they appreciate this a lot. Our commissions, other things are like any company. I don't think we have that different, but better response time, to understand them and be fair in the claims. I think this is our difference, in my opinion.
I have to ask, how important is price for the broker on one hand and for the client on the other hand?
I think it is very important, with some margin. Your name is also important, and your position in the country is very important. But up to 10% maybe they don't care that much. But if the price difference is more than 10%, it matters for the customer. You know, for again small business, price is very, very important.
From a general point of view, which aspects do you see as problematic right now, which need a very fast resolution on the Romanian insurance market?
It's a difficult question, first of all.
Actually, if you had the power, which would be the first thing you would try to solve in order to make the market better?
Transparency. Transparency, you know, I would like to, like in most of other countries, they are publishing company results by line of business, which is P&L actually, profit and loss accounts, like in ASF format, but by line of business. If somehow we change the regulation and we start, or UNSAR or ASF, they may have those numbers. If they start to publish by company profit and loss accounts and by line, then it means fully transparent. When something is fully transparent, the transparency will solve a lot of problems automatically without becoming a problem. You know what I mean? I think this will be my first priority in Romania.
In which other countries is this happening? I mean, the companies publish, or the authority publishes profit and loss per line of business.
I know Turkey, for example. I work in the government at that time, the supervisor office. Even 30 years ago, they were publishing minimum quarterly results. Now it is monthly, but official results and by line of business, very detailed. So it was very transparent since that time, like 30 years, you know. It's still like that. They are publishing all the details, but it is very important. If you don't publish it by line, it is not readable by anybody. Because if the people start to read their results fairly, everybody's results, they will notice a lot of things much earlier, you know. And this is also important from competition point of view. We can adjust ourselves. So there will be better competition. Better competition means benefit for the customer.
Okay, I will change the subject and try to ask you about the current changes regarding PAID and the law regarding compulsory home insurance. Which is your opinion on those changes?
Actually, as Credit Europe Asigurari, there is only one important change which affected us, which is we cannot sell anymore facultative policy without having PAT. But when I check our portfolio, almost 99% of our facultative policies, they already have PAT. So the impact will be almost zero for us. However, from operational point of view, it is an important thing, you know. In the past, we were issuing our policy separately and PAT without checking each other. As long as operationally the checking will be easier for us, and then I don't see any impact, by the way. So for other changes, I think other companies, related to other companies. So I don't know what to comment on other changes. But for the existing, it doesn't affect us.
You're also a shareholder
Yes.
of PIDE. Do you plan on staying or increasing your participation in PIDE maybe?
We didn't discuss this with the shareholders or in the board. So we didn't consider to stay or to leave. Yes, we are staying there. We don't see any reason not to stay there for now.
I think we're coming close to the end of our interview, and I would like to ask you one final question regarding your main objectives over the next few years, this until the end of 2015 and probably in 2016.
We are planning to grow in our regional network. Currently, we have 8 regional managers and 8 regions in Romania. Now we put an ad in Xprim, you can see there. We are planning to open 10 more regionals all over the country. So this is our plan until the end of this year and until first half of 2016.
So this is related to increasing...
To grow in brokers. Regional means for us to communicate with brokers much better, to serve them much better, to respond them much better. So we want to grow through brokers, this is for sure.
Okay, thank you very much for your answers, and I hope everything you set as an objective comes true. And I think this is the end of our interview. Thank you.
Thank you very much for this.